especially for the younger generation,
Yeah.
you know, which is the social media thing, where they see the successful people, but they don't see the grind.
He and Gaurav, they just had 2,000 rupees
Okay.
in their pocket. Literally, we started the firm.
How did your first, second, third, 10th clients start
True,
coming
true.
to you? And now how do they?
You will not believe in that project. We might have put the money from our pocket. That is how we started.
Have you ever said no to a client?
Yeah, we said.
And why?
Even if the money was good, we said no. For the heck of money to do it, one won't make sense. So we said no to even the client if the vision is not budget.
My recent client, I finished their interiors. When they came in, they all were like, "What is this? This is my house. What have you done?"
We're back with our next episode of Connecting the Dots, and now I have the pleasure of having another power couple from the architectural and interior design field. That's the Harsh Pote and Bhakti Pote we have. So welcome to our podcast Connecting the Dots. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks a
Thanks
lot.
a lot.
Thanks a lot.
for inviting.
So
So great to be here.
I want to begin with this thing which is, you know, inkling to me is that how come architects and interior design couples, you know, there are so many couple architectural firms, you know, started by couples, like
Yeah.
just like you.
Yeah.
And I only see that happening in architectural firms. How is that connection happening?
So I think the answer is in your question. It is the architecture what brings us together,
Okay.
and probably it is the only field, or probably one of the field, where you require, if you have a companion or from the same profession and in a same firm, so it just becomes so easy to handle the entire architectural practice, because the compatibility is there, because our schedules are very erratic schedules, long hours, long working hours. So we just require a companion to understand the entire thing better, and it just develops over it. And wo hota hai na, wo, because we are used to have draw lines. So lines yahan se wahan jate hain, wahan se yahan aate hain.
And we are I would say it starts with the college, because college is the maximum time where we spend, and that's where we meet the other person. We know their vibes, we know what he likes, so emotions are there. Then likes and dislikes समझ में आ जाते हैं तभी, because उसको क्या पसंद है, मुझे किस तरफ इंक्लाइन होना, मुझे आर्किटेक्चर में क्या पसंद है, अच्छा उसको भी वही पसंद है, तो क्या हो जाता है कि वो, मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है कि वो जर्नी वहां से ही शुरू होती है.
So I know, because both of you were in the same college for architecture, not before that, right?
No.
Met at the college for architecture.
At the college.
And the bonding started from there.
Academy
So
of
basically, if you have to have a love story, it has to be in the college.
In the college. Nahi, uske baad time nahi. And in our case, what is there in Penta Design Studio, it's not we, myself and Bhakti, but Gaurav and Pragya.
There are two more partners.
So we are actually, you can say, two couples. So it's a unique proposition.
So they were not from your college?
So Pragya is not from our college. She was from IES.
Okay.
But then when we were doing our practice, we were doing internship, and then in Architect Hafiz Contractor.
Okay.
So there, four of us were there together.
Okay. So you both, as interns, all four of you as interns were in the same firm.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been some experience.
Yes.
Hell lot of experience.
So tell me how, I mean, of course, there is a husband, wife, and there is another set of people, two people who run the firm. How does the dynamics of all four of you work together, which makes this architectural firm tick?
True. So as actually Bhakti said that, since college days, myself, Bhakti, Gaurav, three of us were together. So we knew what is everyone's strength is, who's good at what, who's good at what. So we accordingly actually developed ourselves, and we have distributed our roles in that way. So for basically like Bhakti, she's really good at interior design, interior spaces, visualizing interior spaces, materials and everything. So she is heading the entire interior design department. Gaurav is good at planning, liaising, interacting with client at first stage. So he's handling the first part of that project. I'm handling right now with more of aesthetics, forms, elevations, and then construction. So I'm doing the construction bit. Pragya is actually good at, she's done actually the postgrad in MBA and also in construction management.
Okay.
So she's also handling and also a course in, I think, business development. So she handles the business.
So all four of you.
So all four of us, we have actually divided the work within ourselves. We have given ourselves a freedom and space. So none of us, interfere in each other's work. And still, but we do take opinions and everything. So that helps,
I think a sounding board is, of course, a welcome thing, especially if the sounding board can say yes also too, and also has enough freedom to say no to you on your face. Otherwise, if you are just surrounded by yes people, then that again is a problem.
Because what happens is that in our profession, sometimes the repetitiveness comes in, clicks in. So, you need someone to say, "Arey yaar, this is, try something new, do something new. This is done." That's why. So that's what, like how you have in wallpapers.
Yeah.
Yaar, do something else. Kuch karte na, something.
True.
It's the same way.
True. So in Bhakti, since you also have done, I think, 5 years of architecture.
Yes.
What made you get into interior designing? Because I know people who have done architecture for 5 years, their first preference is never getting into interior design, and somewhere people even look down the fellow architects, "Hey, to interior design kar rahe ho." So what made you get into this? Whereas I know he does more of the architectural work. So how did that segregation happen?
Thanks for asking this. This has come from my childhood.
Okay.
As in, my first mentor is my dad. He's an architect.
Okay.
And he was been doing a lot of architectural come interiors. Then he was more inclined towards interior jobs. So when I was young, he used to take me to sites.
Okay.
He used to tell me, "चलो आज हम यहाँ जा रहे हैं, ये साइड पे है." And then after 15 days again we used to go like. तो मैं हमेशा ऐसे देखती थी कि अरे आज तो इतना ही था, 15 दिन में कैसे हो गया, like ये कैसे हो रहा है. And वो मेरे मन में बहुत ये आ रहा था कि how it's happening, how things are happening, how the workers are working. And definitely being the eldest in the house, and I was very good at art also, like even designing, even like घर में भी like थोड़ा decor करना है कुछ. So he was seeing that in me, maybe because it's come from him. So that's how inclined me towards interiors, because he's the first mentor to me.
Nice.
Then in college days, I would like to mention my mentor, Mr. Architect Mahesh Khanolkar, who also driven me towards interiors, who means explain me what is space. See, earlier I used to just see the decor, but then he opened my eyes.
The space management.
Yes, he showed me what a space can be. What an interior space should be. Like how you put a certain proportion is required. So that is another how I develop. And I was always then inclined towards giving good space. Like you feel na calm chahiye, calmness chahiye. तो वो space में क्या चाहिए? If I want a very loud space, तो उस space में क्या चाहिए? So I started, उसी base पे. Then we all were together, and then everybody had their own inclination. So my inclination was driven that way.
So she got inspired by her dad.
Yeah.
What was your story of getting into architecture? Because in those times it was not a prominent field to get in, and someone from your family, if they were there, then you were pushed. Did you have a similar thing, or for your family it was a new thing?
So none of my family is from the architectural profession, but my dad and my family, we are actually developers, builders and developers. So I come from a very small town called Panvel, which is outskirts of Mumbai.
No longer a small town.
No longer a small town. But that time it was really a small city. And what happened is that because we were early into the construction, So like what she says, my dad used to take me on sites, construction sites. I still remember I used to play with those kids, laborer kids,
Okay.
वो रेती cement
हाँ.
का, and we used to jump, and it just recorded,
Ingrained in
into
your
the thought
DNA.
कि यार this is what it is. And then he used to take me to architect's office. There was only one architect that time used to be in Panvel, Mr. Desai,
Okay.
and he used to take me to his office. And that office was something different, which I had never seen. I mean, that time used to be boards, people used to draft on boards. There were no computers that time.
Yes.
I'm talking about 1985, 86, 87. So this used to fascinate me. People are standing, they're drawing something, big boards. What kind of office is this? My dad's office is not like this.
Not like this.
It is something else. So I used to get fascinated. The papers, tracing papers, and I used to spend hours there. Because that Mr. Desai, architect, he used to be, अरे नहीं इसको यहीं पे छोड़ के जब करेगा. And then he used to give me color pencils, and I used to draw and everything. So and so that is how I got to know about it. And then, but suddenly then I got trained by him while I did my 12th. He's like, why don't you try in architecture? Because I've seen you're good at drawing, you're good at proportions, scales, you understand certain things. I can see it in you. So why don't you try it? Actually, after my 12th, I actually took an admission for automobile engineering and civil engineering at VJTI. So that is what my dad said here, become a civil engineer. You want to
of course,
carry forward my
building
this thing. So I did, but then I gave the exam, and then somehow I got good score in this. And then I saw the college, Academy of Architecture. I liked the college. I saw JJ College. I liked that the most. And then somehow I like, yeah, this environment is suiting me, And VJTI and that engineering and all. Like, यार ये नहीं है, इससे अच्छा ये थोड़ा वो मैथ्स वैथ्स कम है थोड़ा इधर और यहाँ पे थोड़ा ड्राइंग है. So I think I will be less exposed.
I think you could have told your dad, मैं architect बन के ये सब civil engineers ये सब का boss बन जाता हूँ rather than becoming a civil engineer.
True. So that is how it started. And somehow, I don't know what, but also there is one more factor. When I was very young and we were going to the school, we used to have in Diwali, I mean, this is actually all over Maharashtra, you see this trend. We make forts, Shivaji forts, Chhatrapati Shivaji forts, and we build it with our own hands. So that I did it for almost 10 years.
Achha.
At the age of 5 to almost till I completed my 10th, all my friends and group used to make that. So we did a fabulous, and it started with a very raw thing. But then when I was in 8th standard, 9th standard, we actually did a documentation. We actually studied how it is being done.
How the actual forts were built.
Shown me some
the entire process
also.
And everything.
Okay.
So we built actually a sea fort called Janjira. So we studied that fort.
It's a very famous fort of Shivaji.
Morud Janjira. Yeah. So how it is being done, so we studied that entire thing and then we executed it. We got a prize. So the building and that came from there.
So how did all of you get together and say, like, you were working at Hafiz Contractor Associates, and then you all how did this happen of Penta Space? What made you all come together to form this amazing, partnership which has blossomed over the years?
So it's a roller coaster ride actually. But I'll just tell you very shortly that we were together, we were all studying, and so Bhakti actually joined later. Me and Gaurav and other friends, we actually wanted to start our own firm.
So she did not trust you in it?
No.
किसको पहले ठीक करना था वहां से आती.
नहीं.
Okay. So we started. We did a lot of competitions together. So when we did a lot of competitions together, because you spend a lot of time
in college time.
Okay. A lot of college times. We did a lot of even college competitions like Louis Khan, NASA and everything, and outside also. Even live competitions, like a lot of that time architects used to do competitions and they used to, come to college and pick us. okay, can you work?
Okay.
Can you give some hours
Hmm.
of working? I want to do it. So we did a lot of competitions there. So since that time, there was a compatibility. And then we decided, once we are out of the college, we'll have our own office and we'll start together. So actually, we started an office together. But then
Immediately out of college.
we immediately
Okay.
out of the college.
Okay.
We were waiting actually to get out of the college and start the office.
Start a firm.
But what happens is that it shut down in a year.
Had to.
It had to.
It had to.
It had to. And then we decided, yeah, boss, it's not that easy.
Easy.
And we need to learn things. Yeah, it is right now. We just did a 5 years of theory.
Theory.
The
Practical
baki hai, yeah. I mean, that time young blood, this
Hmm.
want to create this form, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, a lot of things. But then practicality was not there. So we then decided, let us everyone take their own time. And they do their own way. Somebody wanted to do masters, somebody wanted to do internship at office and everything, somebody wanted to do management study.
Okay.
So because that is also important,
Yes.
that if you have some bit of a management know-how, it helps you in your professional practice. So I think that's how everyone started. 5 people went out and 2 people got back
Okay.
again, and myself and Gaurav, then we got back. And we said, okay, let's. And then somehow we
5 people
actually.
means college ke all.
Yeah, we were 5 friends.
5 of
friends.
you started the first firm.
First one.
We
Yeah.
girls were not there that
Okay.
They
time.
were not.
Only guys ka tha tabhi.
And then, yeah, but we are still friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we are
everything.
still
That's
friends,
all.
of course.
But then myself and Gaurav again got back, and then we started working at Hafiz Contractor. I did a practice. He did his masters. I did my own management study at Xavier's and for a couple of years. And then at Hafiz Contractor, we started working together. Then she joined in, and then we were like, okay, myself and Bhakti, we were seeing each other since college days. So obviously we had a sync. And that's how then Pragya joined in. Then we all 4 of us come together. So I think that's how Pentaspace name got carried forward with 4 of us. And 5th is
I want to add,
Almighty.
yes, I want to add this.
Yeah, I was wondering what was the 5th one.
The 5th one is Almighty.
Many people, this has been the case, the humble beginnings where you learn from your failure.
Yeah.
People see the success, but they don't see the failure which has led to that.
True.
To that success, especially for the younger generation, which is the social media thing where they see the successful people, but they don't see the grind they have.
I just want to add this because it's little emotional part of it.
Yeah.
Is that when he decided, like he and Gaurav decided, bas ho gaya, we want to start our own. So that time, he and Gaurav, they just had 2,000 rupees in their pocket. And with that 4,000 rupees, we started the firm. And I remember we were in a garage of like 150 square feet or less than 200. We just put a table and we 4 were working. And there was only one draftman, which we said, "Bhai, धीरे धीरे देंगे तेरे को पैसा, तो अभी काम कर हमारे साथ."
Okay, so the EMI started from that time.
EMI started from that.
So it was like really, I mean, I can't forget this.
True. I mean, you can never, you obviously when you look back, you feel proud. Of course, when you're going through it, you feel like terrible. ये मैं क्या कर रहे हैं, and where we are and whether this will actually lead to something. Obviously, when you look back, you feel extremely proud of
but our parents,
what you have done.
And I'm very proud of both of them. Of course, all 4 of us, because we all have done by ourselves. Our parents were there, like they are like, अरे क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग, क्यों ऐसे कर रहे हो, no? Like literally, my father का तो firm है, तो
why not join it?
Yeah, but no, like हमें हमारी तरह से ही करना है, and that's what they all supported us. Our parents, his parents, Pragya's, Gaurav's, everybody's. We all were so aligned for, like that bond is there, भले तू मैं भी होता है, but it was a
realized by even extended family.
Yeah.
It was a dream come.
Yeah.
You started young. You started, obviously you had a 1 year also an experience. But how did you, and this is very important for viewers, for especially for interior designers who are just starting out. How did you start getting business into this new firm? Because that itself would be a interesting
Sure.
story that, where you don't have, you're starting from zero
Yeah.
and you made it this big. How did your first, second, third, 10th clients start
True,
coming
true,
to you?
true.
And now how do they?
So like we did 5 years of at architect Hafiz contractor office, and we've handled one of the largest projects there. And from there to start again from scratch, it was a little difficult to adjust.
Must
First
be
of all,
humbling also.
because the humbling and the scale really got down.
Hmm.
At times when we were handling airports, railway stations, IT offices, huge large projects. But one thing we decided is that yes, we want to create our own client base. We don't want to get that client base, poach client base. So we started with our own client base. So we started really small. One of the client was Gaurav's dad's friend. He was actually into the clothing and everything, and his son got back from abroad from fashion designing course. But somehow with that business, they were also doing little bit of real estate, small buildings here and there in suburban Mumbai.
Okay.
So then he said that, okay, you also start with this. So actually, you will not believe in that project. We might have put the money from our pocket. We didn't. That is what we got from them as a fees. But that is how we started. Then we started also doing a lot of, while we were doing these kind of things, we also started pitching a lot of projects to ideas to developers.
Okay.
Because that time redevelopment in Mumbai was going on.
So this used to be like a cold call to them, ki we are architects.
Cold call, yeah. It's cold call.
Hmm.
Cold call to them. We are architects, and I'm talking about this is 2007,
Yes.
8. So we have an idea. We want to present it to you. And then that time Pragya was also working in Rustamji, and she was also working in this real estate firm. So any opportunities come from there. We do that presentation. Now that presentation we show it to other 10 people.
Hmm.
So initially, I think it starts with a lot of free work.
Yeah,
and,
free work.
And lot of you have to put in your work at in competitions or give proposals basically. That's
Okay.
how you start getting the feedback, getting the job, because you'll do 10, 20, so you will get one out of it.
Okay.
That kind of a thing. One of the guy will say, okay, let me try.
Hmm.
He'll not even do something. Let me try.
And that also free.
Oh, that also free. That's free. That's free. Thank God it not anymore. But that time they are like, concept design, are yaar, wo dikhao. So when till that is not there, they will not form on it.
But I would like to add to his ki our designing, like core designing, is always based on a concept.
Okay.
So whenever we were presenting to any client it was very new for them. Acha, aisa concept, aise kiya hai.
Something
okay,
new.
okay. So for them, that was like कि wow, ये कुछ अलग है, ये कुछ हटके है, ये दूसरे आर्किटेक्ट्स का अलग है, इसका अलग है. Let us give them a chance. तो हमें कभी-कभी एलिवेशन करने देते थे, कभी-कभी हमें खाली प्लानिंग पे देते थे, कभी-कभी
not the entire project but certain part of it.
Entire फिर धीरे-धीरे आने लगा. So that's how, and even for the elevation we had a concept. Even for planning, we had a concept. So our firm is more concept oriented, because then that becomes the base for any design. So वो भी एक बहुत add हुआ value.
So what inspired all these concepts? What were your inspirations? Or even now, what are your inspirations?
It's nature. It's everyday life. It's nature. It's about obviously seeing different people's work, what they're doing in the world. Then material also can create a concept. ऐसा नहीं है कि it cannot create a concept. So there are contextual areas, like अपने आसपास में क्या है उसको लेके हम कॉन्सेप्ट करते थे. तो अभी आप देखोगे हमारे आर्किटेक्चरल के प्रोजेक्ट्स, जैसे हमने आरोहा किया है, तो it is near Borivali Caves,
Okay.
कनेरी केव्स के उधर है. सो उस पे हमने डिपिक्ट करके वेरी कंटेम्पराइज वे से हमने वो पूरा उसका पोडियम किया है, उसका लॉबीज किए हैं. So, taking some elements so that it connects. People should get connected to where they are staying. Rather than getting the Paris here or, London here. I feel India itself is so much rich. And हम लोग जहाँ रह रहे हैं उसी को ही कॉन्सेप्ट में लाते. They feel more homely, they feel more touched.
But tell me, since you now specialize in interior design,
Yeah.
have you not ever thought of doing the architectural part, or now that is left to Harsh and then it is his baby, let him do whatever
No,
he
it's
wants? Or you still try to dabble and give him instructions?
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
she does.
We do that, and I do that. He always takes my opinion for facade, color schemes. Bhakti, what do you feel? Sampling के लिए हम लोग जाते हैं तो he always takes me कि भक्ति you tell me what is your opinion, तुझे क्या लगता है, ये elevation कैसा लगता है. And we all four, like even Pragya, we whenever a design is done, so we have a review, okay भाई, what is your idea, what do you feel, इसमें कुछ कमीपना है या ज्यादा है या it's too loud, what do you think. तो हम हमारा point of view देते हैं. When it comes to bungalow designing, bungalow with architecture, with interiors, I am always involved because then it goes with the interiors.
Both have to.
So
it has to
goes
together.
hand in hand. So then I am involved in that, but definitely not 100% in the high rise
commercial
and
architecture.
commercial and residential, and इसमें इतना नहीं, but I get involved in this. Mentions are there.
Also, what she said now, that contextual, that is very important. And also, we always thought that let's give aesthetic, vision, aesthetic quality to the masses also. It is available to very exclusive people in abundance, but in masses, and that is a time where India was really taking off. 2007, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
that is
just
where
the beginning.
That was the beginning of a new real estate boom in India, and that was even in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So we thought, and before that there was very monotonous architectural language was going on in a very residential project. So we thought, let's catch this niche. We can create some mark into it, and also we can give back to society. We can give the aesthetic vision to society that, okay, this is the different way of doing things also.
I think even when we were saying you were interning with a fees contractor, sir,
yeah,
I think one of his big USPs was his building designs.
True.
It was
Yes.
different from what you had seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like
earlier.
what he got, Pawai Hiranandani, is a different fresh of air from the existing thing. I mean, it's always
breaking the monotony.
Yes.
Breaking the monotony. So, I mean, it's always debatable. What's aesthetic is something, it differs from person to person. What I like, you might not like. She might not like.
It's
what
very
she likes, I might
subjective.
not. It's very subjective. So, keeping that aside, but that's what the contextual is what you should be, and you should take a reference from this. You're the entire environment around you. And I think the basic teachings that you need to follow, and also marry them in your modern things, modern technology, how it happens. Because I think you have also, as a wallpaper, Marshall Wallpapers, you have also developed from what used to be a wallpaper and now where you guys have reached.
Of course, as years go by, you need to keep changing, you need to accept change, you need to innovate.
Exactly.
Otherwise there's always other people who can go ahead of you. And
exactly.
Like I was explaining to you earlier, wallpapers also has changed so much.
Yeah.
100%.
Today we have come to a stage where आप बोलो आपको क्या चाहिए बन जाए.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
You think about it, it can be done.
It can be done. So that's the kind of stage which we have reached.
True.
Talking of technology, as you were, a little bit of a tricky question or a tricky point today has become sustainability. Right? People talk a lot, especially in India, but do those talk actually end up materializing into actual usage of sustainable product, or still in India cost factor is the most important. तो बात होती है sustainability की,
True.
और जब cost आता है तो अरे जो है वो लगा दो, because
True.
we don't want to spend as much for that. What is your take on sustainability, green products?
Yeah.
Whether it has a niche, whether it will grow, how is India accepting all of this?
So I think it is how you educate a client. See, I'll tell you what, for any new technology, if there are no rewards behind it, people will not use it. So when we are seeing, let's use EV, electric vehicles. Let's not use cars with fossil fuels. Now government has given the subsidy to it. So that's why people are attracted to it.
Yeah.
And then once people get used to it, then it becomes, a norm. So my point is that how well you educate a client, why it is required. First of all, you need to be convinced that, yes, I want to go in a very sustainable way. My building should be talking and behaving in a very sustainable manner. So for simple reason, for example, I'll give you, we are doing one project in Andheri, okay, and that project, and the client was very local client. Up till now, he was doing only small projects, and this was like 6,000 square meter of a plot area, and he was redeveloping it. That was one of the biggest project for him. In that, we said, okay, we convinced him to go for a gold rated, LEED certified for gold rating.
For all the products?
For all the products.
Okay.
So we got IGBC on board. We said, okay, this is how we have to do. Because see, anyway, that project was going for an environmental clearance and everything because of its massive scale. So I said, why don't we do this? And we make him understand that when you start even using that as a marketing tool, that what it is giving back
to the nature,
and then to the user, that how it's benefiting into, because capex may be more, but while maintaining everything, how it is the cost is going low. So you have to marry both. You have to tell them that what are the benefits, how it can be a marketing tool. Then they get convinced, okay, I have something, a differentiator. So they see it from that point of view. They might not be fully convinced that, okay, as a responsible citizen or as a responsibility, I have a responsibility of, passing on this nature earth to my future and coming generations. But they will think from that point. But that's okay, I feel.
Like even in case of solar power,
Yeah.
it's like your initial investment capex is high.
High.
But if you look at, let's say, 4-5 year annually, then वो आपका पैसा उसमें निकल जाता है, and then post that you are in the positive side.
100%.
But the point becomes is whether somebody is ready to wait for 5 years thinking of green. So I think it's a great initiative from you also, of convincing clients.
And nowadays, I'll tell you what, the
possible.
materials also, they are coming in such a good finish that even if they are sustainable materials, they are not of shabby looking materials. They are very plush looking materials. I mean, I'll show you a door and you'll be like, oh, it looks like a veneer door, but it made from a recycled thing. So while we developed that, we were redeveloping that, we recycled a lot of material from that existing buildings which were there. So a lot of steel we recycled of that existing building.
Okay.
So
and that was easy for you to do it in terms of getting the vendors to do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So while they were demolishing it, steel got segregated, reuse that steel.
Okay.
How to use now debris, how you do that, how you manage that entire thing. Then also how you can use the doors, wooden doors. So they were quite old, but they were good doors, good quality doors. So how you use it, recycle it, and do it, refurbish it, and use it. So and then the other modern technologies, we use entire treatment plants, recycling of water. That water can be used.
So it's like an entire cycle and
gamut,
not just वो एक part एक solar panel लगा दिया और
No.
It has to be a complete 360 degree.
That's how you get a LEEDs rating.
So do you think that would be like if as a client I want to come to Penta space,
Yeah.
What is the USP that I am looking at of Penta Space for which I am coming to Penta Space? For
There
both
are-
interior design and architecture.
Yeah. So I think I'll tell you with the architecture, first of all, what you get is balanced approach towards the project, which takes care of my creativity and your vision towards the projects with keeping the budgets and the cost controlled.
Okay.
And the response and a very quick responsive time. Now, when I say a creative thing, in initial things, I will have my way, because unless and until I'm not convinced that, okay, I want to do this way, I will not be able to take up that job. So that is always our first condition to client, that it should be, both ways.
Have you ever said no to a client?
Yeah, we say.
And why?
We just didn't. Sometimes there are multiple reasons. Sometimes we thought the vision is not matching.
Okay.
Or he's just wanting an architecture. He's not looking at an architect. He's looking at someone who
Executor.
executor and make drawings. So we said that is not matching. That vision is not matching. Even if the money was good, we said no.
Okay.
Because then we'll not have anything out of it.
You'll not get a thrill
creative
of
satisfaction
doing
or it will not. Just for the heck of money to do it, one more makes sense. So we said no to even the client if the vision is not matching. That is the most important thing. The vision has to match.
Okay.
That what I want to create, I should have freedom to create it.
What about you, Bhakti? From the interior design perspective, what is your USP which for a client when they come to you?
As what he said, very important is vision, balance vision, understanding the client. See, everybody wants to understand the client, but उसकी main जो point है, उसका main concern क्या है, वो understand करना और exactly उसको कैसा चाहिए, मेरी ही निगाहों से उसको देना है मुझे. So it should go with my vision to him, but and at the same time being honest to him, making him very, very comfortable. My clients have become like my family.
True.
Friends. They have like abhi bhi anytime my client calls me, so I'm available, okay, to them. And yes sir, tell me what is it.
I hope it's not things like shower बंद हो गया मेरा.
not.
पर उनको पता है अगर शावर बंद भी हुआ तो भक्ति is there, वो करके लेगी.
Systems are there. She has put up a system.
Because I am a very emotional person. I always want them to be happy. My first idea, whenever a client comes, I always have a smiling face, and I feel that they should be happy. They should feel that they are in their own house.
True.
Though we are creating for them.
Yeah, sometimes I have to pull her back. नहीं बहुत हो गया. यार इतना भी मत करो यार.
But I am the way I am. So and they like me the way I am.
I mean, sometimes in interior design,
Yeah.
especially when doing a home,
Yeah.
My personal opinion would become, I would always prefer a lady architect or interior designer to do it than a man, because I feel a woman is more invested into the house.
True.
More emotionally connected,
Yes.
where a man is a little emotional disconnect and it is more for him a project, whereas for a woman it is like doing up your own house. So I think very well put, Bhakti.
I'll add you what you were saying now,
Yeah.
that in fact we have that much of understanding that whatever we are making, at least in architecture, is going to last for 50 years minimum. So I don't want to create any eyesore and people keep on seeing that eyesore for 50 years. It's better I don't do that project.
True.
Than creating it.
That's, when you see architect and interior, and one point becomes is that architect का काम है ना वो दिखाई देता है. Interior design वाले का काम से वो जो उधर रहता है उसको ही दिखाई देता है.
No, but that person is also living inside it and he'll be like, अरे यार.
No, I'm saying from a monument point of view, you can always ये मैंने किया. Like, but an interior designer cannot point to something ये मैंने.
You won't believe there was, in fact, just recently we were in the marriage, and while we were having a food, there was we heard a noise Bhakti, Bhakti, Bhakti. And you're like, who's this? And the lady came and hi Bhakti, and she's turned out to be our old client.
Acha.
And like she did her house, I think 10 years back,
Okay.
almost 20, not even 10, 12 years back,
Okay.
2012. And she like, how are you? This. Oh, I'm gonna shift now to this new house. You have to do the interiors. Oh, that kitchen is so working well. Nothing happened. I've not changed anything. You come to see my house, the way you have designed it, I've kept it like that only. I've not changed anything. And she's like, that kitchen, we have to dismantle it. And I want to such a good, but that is where, what happened. I still remember how Bhakti convinced her, because that time that kitchen she bought it was at a very expensive price, and that budget was not there.
Not there.
And she was like, yaar, this is going out of my budget. Like, that was not even close. That was like huge. And that time we were using like Italian, fittings and these things in the Blum and everything, and tandem boxes
that
and
time
everything.
it was very new.
Yes.
And
2011, yeah, 2011.
The easiest way for someone to convince a client कि
Yeah.
आपको ज़्यादा खर्चा कर दो चलेगा कि आप
Yeah.
हर एक
Bhakti
बार
had to actually say, okay, you pay my
Yeah.
fees after 3 months if
Yeah.
you want.
अच्छा.
Use it.
मैंने
Wow.
literally
Don't worry.
वैसे बोला था कि मुझे
But
that
you
is something
use this.
new which I've heard.
yeah.
But she like, nahi, Bhakti, you don't have to do so much. Okay,
मैं कर
we'll,
लूँगी.
we'll do one thing later on, but okay, if you are so convinced, then we'll go ahead with your vision.
I said you
And
have to
she's
go
like-
with this.
And then she was so happy, even after so many years. She's like, yeah, I'm so happy with that kitchen.
Nice.
It's a one thing, but that client is so happy because she is using every day
Every day.
that thing.
So
And that time there were
I-
also other products which were not that great.
I would
What
like to add one more thing, because we are on podcast and this is like, so my
I
attitude.
thought she's proposing me.
No.
I'm on a podcast. I want to
I'm on a
propose.
podcast. I want to do it again.
I can do it. I don't mind.
I don't know whether he minds or not.
No.
My recent client, I finished their interiors. You will not believe, I did the photography, everything. And that evening I called them home, and I told them that please come and see the place, When they came in, they all like, the eyes were popped. Like, what is this? Is my house? What have you done? Like, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So there were 4 generations. So there's a Dadaji and son
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Then
Parekh family.
Parekh family.
We did one video also there, because they were in the balcony there, because they are 4 generations, and in 4 generations there are actually 3 brothers.
Acha.
So actually one is
So the number
90
of
years,
families would be-
one is 92, 90, 89, and then they have sons. They are also quite old, like 70, 80.
Yeah, of course.
And so we did that one video. You check out in our Instagram. What was that?
Carom
Khawanu
Rammanu,
Piwan.
Carom Rammanu, Majjani
Majjani
live,
live.
So that,
So yeah. So this is it's been so amazing. Let's get into the rapid fire now, because I think
Fabulous.
we have had some great conversations, and just
sure.
round it off with something even more interesting.
Please.
This section is called the fast forward section. As you know, we are doing Marshalls is turning 50.
Yes.
And our new logo is 50 forward,
Oh,
because we're not only looking at the back,
yes.
we're also looking at what we have been going to and
Yes.
innovating ourselves and going forward.
Fabulous.
Architecture or interior design? Oh,
Architecture.
you also architecture. Okay, nice. Form or function?
Function.
Okay,
Form.
form. Better customer to work with, decisive or experimental?
Of course, decisive.
Experimental.
Okay. So we are getting varied thoughts from both of you. Morning thinker or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl.
You can check me on 3 a.m. also. WhatsApp me.
Has any client ever criticized your design?
Yes.
How have you taken it?
Very positively.
Positive.
Okay. Monochrome or bold colors?
Bold colors.
Bold colors. Okay. Open spaces or cozy looks?
Cozy nooks.
Okay, now you're matching. Coffee table books or Pinterest boards.
Coffee table books.
So that will be A and not B.
Okay.
For her, it's the
Coffee
Pinterest.
table.
Yeah.
Coffee
Okay.
table books.
Chandeliers or recessed lighting.
Chandelier.
Vintage or modern.
Modern.
Mm,
Modern is B.
Oh,
B.
modern.
Design minimalism or eclectic.
Minimalism.
Minimalism.
Okay. No boldness.
Subdued.
Okay. Your favorite contemporary architect or designer. Whose work you like from the existing firms around you.
Around you. So in India, I think there are a lot of them. I like from abroad. I'll come from there. So big architecture. So I like them. It's a new approach to it. In India, I think there are lots of them. I think you want to
I
go.
can say Rajiv Saini. I like
Okay.
his work.
Yeah. Mr. Khosla.
Yeah.
Rajesh
Yeah.
Sani, everyone likes his work.
Yeah.
Khosla also.
Khosla.
Sandeep
Yeah.
Khosla.
Sandeep Khosla also.
Okay. Last, do you suggest this profession to others?
Yes.
Of course you do. I think architecture and interior designing is such a profession.
Yeah.
It brings so much creativity and beauty in this world.
True.
There better be more and more people
Yeah.
True.
to take this forward.
There's a lot of stress, but if you know how to enjoy it, it will be the fun. I mean, you'll never have anywhere else.
True. So that brings us to an end of an amazing session. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much.
Thanks a lot, Marshalls.
Thank
Fabulous. I think we enjoyed thoroughly.
Yeah.
And we would like to come again and have fun.
Yes, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.